If you're looking for the best sports memorabilia and card break room on the internet, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room. Tonight's action will move fast, so we want to prep you for what you're about to see on your screen. First, the all-important dice roll number. At the top of the show, the host will randomize a series of numbers. The number selected from the randomizer will become the dice roll number for the entire show. Meaning every mystery box that is broken, the names of every collector will be placed on a list and randomized using the dice roll number for the show. Next, you see this black ticker down here? This shows you which numbers are still available in each and every Ultimate Autographs mystery box series. When a break fills or sells out, the host will ask for a number. This is where you make your selection from. Simply type a number in the chat, and the host will pick the first number they see. Throughout the show, you may see two different types of breaks: divisional and top spot. Divisional breaks are most common. In this format, all 8 individuals who enter a football-themed break will be positioned next to one of 8 football divisions after their names are randomized using the show's dice roll number. When the mystery box is opened, the football division of the team represented in that mystery box becomes the winning division. The lucky collector whose name is randomly placed next to that football division takes home the signed piece of authenticated memorabilia. Our top spot format is typically reserved for giveaways, college theme series, and non-football breaks. In a top spot break, all names are added to a list. They are randomized using the show's dice roll number. At the end of the randomization, the name at the top becomes the winner of the signed item or prize. Breaking sports memorabilia has never been easier or more fun than it is in Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room. Remember, every mystery box series you see on the show can also be purchased as a personal mystery box that is either shipped directly to your home for you to open, or you can request to have it opened on a future Ultimate Autographs Live Breaks broadcast. Also, while you're waiting for your break to fill, we encourage you to look around ultimateautographs.com to see if you find a piece of memorabilia you love and want to add to your collection. And don't forget, every live break spot you purchase automatically earns you 6% back in UA cash that you can later exchange for a mystery box or a signed item of your choosing. All right, the time has come. Let's break some certified, authentic sports memorabilia in Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room. Tell them, boys.
Welcome to the Ultimate Autographs Break Room. I'm Common here with Dave. We got a fun show today. A couple technical difficulties. We're down to one camera today. It happens once in a while, but it's going to be a fun show, Dave. Looking forward to it. Our box numbers are there.
Nice.
So that's good. I wasn't sure if we had the sheet here, but we do have our box numbers rolling throughout the show. We're getting pretty close on a few breaks. We have Loot Crate is a relatively new one we brought on the other day. In the Loot Crate, we have 3 items in there. So you got a signed football, a signed jersey, and you've got yourself a mini helmet as well. So you have the opportunity to win 3 different things. Your divisions stay the same. We can have 3 different winners, or we can have the same person win all 3 things. We will get our camera stuff fixed for the night show. We literally had this happen right before the show, but we're looking forward to today's show, the night show. I'm looking forward to chatting with you folks. Dave, what are we closing in on? What's the closest thing right now?
We just closed out a football Loot Crate.
All right.
So I'm bringing those names over right now for you.
Perfect.
We'll be ready to go on that. First Loot Crate that I get to break live.
It's a good one. It is definitely a really good one.
I like those multi-prize boxes.
It's like a 3-for-1.
Yeah.
It really is. It's sort of, and we have another one, the loaded dice, 3 things in there as well. So
Guaranteed
I really like
headliner
those.
in each case there.
Absolutely. Robert Anderson, Robert Myers, if you're in there, Jeff Grandmason, first-time customer Jeff, Michael L., James Stanhope, Nestor Rodriguez, Chris Stanhope, Dylan Joseph. If you folks are in there, go ahead and give us a box number for Loot Crate number 1. We have those box numbers rolling on our screen. 6 for Loot Crate, says Ace Dilly. Ace Dilly, 6 is coming right up, my friend. We'll go ahead and grab that.
Thanks for getting that box number. We always appreciate it when customers do that.
6 for
Ace Dilly, I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that account. Who we got there? What's the name on that account?
He was hot the other day.
There you go.
I think it's a new customer, but I think he had a really hot day the other day.
Love that. Man, we're really blown up on the screen today, Common. It's crazy. I'm not used to seeing us like that.
That's right.
Kind of fun.
We look bigger. It's what happens when one of the cameras is down.
And Common, before we rip that, do we want to do our wheel spin?
Yeah, we will
Our
go
chase
ahead
of the day and our
do
dice roll of the day.
Our chase of the day and our dice roll of the day.
Dylan Joseph, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in the room.
All right, folks. Let's do our dice roll here. We need 6 or higher to play, Dave. How about a 6 exactly? How does that
That'll do.
sound?
That will do.
That is not bad. Don't have to click as much if you do a 6.
Yes, sir.
Keeps my life easier. Chase item of the day. Time to hear the music. You like this music, Dave?
Love it.
Let me make sure it's on. The music is on. Alrighty, let's see. Here we go. The Natural.
There we go.
I guess the music isn't on.
Uh-oh.
I think because we refreshed the computer, we went back to the original one.
Gotcha.
So no music. Ah, sorry to disappoint. Alrighty. Chase item of the day is going to be the Natural Mini Helmet Series. I believe that is a double box break, Dave. Is that
yes,
correct?
Yes, sir. Black box, double box break.
Awesome.
You got it.
So
Yes, sir.
we got a good Dylan Joseph, says Ace Dilly. That's who it is.
Yes,
He's
sir.
the one who gave us the number. So let me throw our chase item of the day on there. That is the Natural Mini Helmet Series. The Natural. Quadrina says, what's the chase for today? The Natural. There's your answer. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and do our first box break. So since we are having a few technical difficulties, we are going to pop this in once in a while. This won't be running right away, but you guys take a look at there. Robert Anderson, Robert Myers, Jeff, Michael, James, Nestor, Chris, and Dylan. We're going to go ahead and random you folks up.
Donnie's not off today. He's just taking care of a couple of things off camera.
Yeah,
He'll be back tomorrow.
Give
He'll be
Donnie
back
days
tomorrow.
off on Wednesday. Keep him busy.
Hmm.
A lot of stuff to do around the UA Live break room.
Yes, sir.
A
We
lot
are
of stuff to
busier
do.
than ever. Building some cool series for you guys to drop some new stuff, some fun stuff. Getting some new inventory, so we get some new names, some guys that we haven't really seen too often in the break room. So pretty excited about all that stuff. But
We got a lot of great content in here. All right, guys. So I'm not sure how this looks on your screens. So I'm going to go ahead and read off the divisions just in case it's a little bit smaller. That's Chris Stanhope in the NFC North. We've got a brand new customer in the NFC South. Let me get that first customer out of there so we can actually read your name. That is Jeff. We got Dylan Joseph in the NFC East, Robert Myers in the NFC West, Michael L. in the AFC North, Robert Anderson in the AFC South, Nestor Rodriguez in the AFC East, and James Stanhope in the AFC West. Bob says, good afternoon, Kameev.
huh?
Bob likes to come up with nicknames for everyone. Me and Mike were McCommon. Me and Steven are Steven or whatever we were. And then me and you, Dave, are Kameev.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
How you doing, Bob? Good to see you in the chat as always.
All right, folks. So we got 3 items here. I've been starting with the football first. That's what we'll do here. How about this name? Christian Okoye.
There we go.
Kansas
Nigerian
City
Nightmare.
Chief, the Nigerian Nightmare, led the NFL in rushing in the early 90s. Several-time Pro Bowler. Look at this thing. You can't zoom it in as much as we normally do, but that signature is still popping. Christian Okoye.
Nice
That's
hit.
the AFC West, and that is James Stanhope.
There you go, James.
Congratulations, James. I was about to say James Capel. We're so used to saying that name, but it's James Stanhope. If the name is James, you're a winner. Okariki, or Okoye football. I'm sorry, Okoye football. Yeah, that's one of the best nicknames in sports. Do you guys have a favorite nickname in sports? Dave?
That is a good
the
one.
chat, if anyone has a favorite football player nickname that they really enjoy.
There's a couple of good ones out there. Let me try to think of a few here. Pull this
I like
over.
Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. The Slim Reaper, Kevin Durant.
That's a great one. I'm not a huge fan of Kevin, but
Neither am I, but
that is a killer nickname.
that is a killer nickname for sure.
very fitting of him as well.
Alrighty. Second thing, I'm going to go ahead and do the jersey. This is something a little different. A little something different here.
Who we got?
We've
Like
got
a Longhorn.
a Longhorn.
Hook 'em
That's-
horns.
Hook'em Horns. Jamal Charles.
Oh, there we go.
Kansas City Chief. Back-to-back Chiefs. He also played on the Broncos. Dave, you may look this up, but I think he played the longest with the Chiefs. This is the one time where our second camera really pays off. You don't really see the signature that well because it's so small. I'm going to hold this up. Maybe I'll bring it up to the camera. How does that sound? Take a look at this baby. Look at this beautiful Jamal Charles signature. There you go.
And you are correct. Spent 9 seasons with Kansas City. Went over to Denver for a year, and then actually ended his career in Jacksonville.
That's right.
Didn't do much there. Only had 6 rushes for 7 yards his last year. So primarily Kansas City, and then a little bit of time in Denver. But
Nice.
absolute stud.
You know what that means for James Stanhope?
What does that mean?
2 straight wins.
There we go,
AFC
James.
West again.
A little double trouble there for you. 2-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he was
It's
really
a heck
good.
of a piece.
You know, he scored a touchdown in that famous Rose Bowl game with Vince Young when he was on Texas. Vince Young in Texas taking down Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart in USC. The 05 Rose Bowls, one of the best games I've ever watched. I was a USC fan at the time, so I was a little heartbroken. But Jamal Charles,
Yeah, he was fun.
he did big things. Big things. Jamal Charles. He was one of the fastest guys in the NFL, kind of a dual threat guy. I know he's one of the best yards per carry guys among NFL history. I think he might be in the top 5, Dave.
Yeah, he led the league in yards per carry one year. He holy smokes. It took him 9 years. And his 9th season in the NFL was the first time that he averaged below 5 yards a rush.
It's incredible.
That is incredible.
And there are some teams where I know in Kansas City he was a dual threat guy with Thomas Jones, former Bear, for a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually felt that Jamal Charles probably should have gotten more carries, honestly. He was
Definitely.
He was that good.
Yeah, he was great. A lot of fun.
Electric in the open field. Alrighty, James Stanhope, 2 for 2.
Nice hit, James.
How about that?
A little back-to-back for you.
Alrighty. If you're new to the Loot Crate, there's 3 items in the Loot Crate. You just saw 2 of them. A football, you saw a jersey, and now you've got a mini helmet. Let's see what we got here. Oh, man. How about this? How about this? I believe that is a headliner hit. Light this baby up. Look at this. Headliner hit.
There we
Devontae
go.
Adams, the NFL
Woo.
leader in receiving touchdowns last season, among the leaders this season. Aaron Rodgers' is good buddy. He's been owning the Bears, much like Rodgers in recent seasons. That is the NFC North, and that's Chris Stanhope.
And that's a flash, if I'm not
That's a
mistaken.
flash.
Is that
It
right?
is a
That's
flash.
sweet. Let's go.
Chris
Definite
and James,
headliner there.
probably brothers or family members. I hope that family, the Stanhope family, coming out as big winners. Adams Flash Mini. Wow. Jakeem is in here. It says, David, welcome back. Where is Donnie? He's doing work. Come on, man. How we doing?
Donnie's getting some work done off the camera. He's still here. No need to worry about good old Don. He'll be back tomorrow. No need to fret.
Dave, last Wednesday, you and I were in here, and I accidentally called Jake M. Jakeem. So that nickname has stuck, and Bob now calls him Jakeem.
I like it.
So from now on, Jake M. is Jakeem. James is Chris Stanhope's father. A father-son win.
There we go.
Nicely done, guys.
Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. Devontae Adams is one of those guys as a Bears fan. Like, I want to cheer against him, but he's just so good that I respect him a lot. I'd say top 2
fantastic.
receiver in the NFL without question. I've got DeAndre Hopkins 1, Adams a close second, but you can't go wrong with either of those guys.
Yeah, he's crazy. Ball hawk.
All hawk indeed.
Steve-O. How you doing?
Oh, I gotta be careful.
Yeah, big camera today.
I saw you guys all zoomed up.
Yeah, so in case you're
You
just
can see
joining
my
us
pores
here,
on my face.
and that Charles, you may refold him a little bit neater.
Oh, I most certainly will.
Alrighty. In case you guys missed it, earlier in the show, if we look a little different, well, that's because our first camera is down, so we're going 1 camera shot today, so we're not zooming in as much on the material, but I'm going to go ahead and try to go up to the other camera and give you a good look at some of the stuff we have today. So, big show. I like it, says Jakeem. He likes the nickname.
We'll take it.
Is that one of your friends or one of Donnie's friends?
That's one of Donnie's buddies.
One
from
of Donnie's
softball.
buddies. Okay, from softball. Okay. So he probably has a lot of good stories.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
We get to see two great-looking gentlemen, great angle. We'll take it.
You got that right, Jake.
We will take it.
You got that right.
What are we looking at? Anything else close to filling up, Dave?
We are getting close to that natural.
All right. Well, it's the
Getting there
chase of
with
the
2
day.
spots left.
Chase item of the day. People get it. People
Other than
know.
that, we got the Ridley Me This Jersey Series, 3 spots away there. And then across the board, we're kind of about halfway filled for most of the other series that we got. So we're getting there, but the closest ones are the Natural and the Ridley Me This.
Alrighty. Well, now that we have a lull in the orders, hopefully we'll get a couple orders coming in. I got a question for you, Dave.
Yes, sir.
I need some advice. Nestor says, "What's up, guys? Hope all is well." Nestor, everything is great. Minus one of our cameras being down, but it happens. We will get that product camera all zoomed in for tonight's show on Wednesday night. It is. My question for you, Dave, and for the chat, I need a little advice. I'm in a 2-quarterback league.
Okay.
I have Aaron Rodgers, and he's great, and I have Baker Mayfield as my second quarterback. I'm thinking of, he's injured out this week. I'm going to start Jameis Winston this week, and there's also possibility of picking up Carson Wentz. What should I do?
Let me see here.
And I'm going to get our Dutch item of the day while you guys ponder. Is the Dutch item on the website, Dave?
It is. That it is. Cam Hayward, full size.
Jakeem, the reason why it's called a Dutch auction is because these helmets have slight imperfections. We take our materials very seriously in the ULI break room. So if something has smudges and such, we give it to you guys for a reduced price. You really probably can't see this too well, so I'm going to go ahead and get this in the camera, show you guys a little bit of a smudge in the back here on that Cameron Hayward helmet. I don't know how much you can see it in the light. Really good across the signature, really good across the Steelers. I'm not trying to fool you guys, but for a Dutch item, this is one of the ones in better shape. Cameron Hayward, Pro Bowl every year from 2017 to 2021. One of the best defensive linemen in the NFL.
And that's a full-size replica starting at $215.
$215.
And that is up active on the site right now. If you guys are interested in taking that home for a fraction of what it would be, go ahead and put that in your cart. There is only one though, so once it's gone once somebody scoops it up, that's all we've got. So, yeah, and that price will reduce throughout the show. And that's that. That's that. So if you're a Steelers fan looking for a nice little personal collection piece from them, might not be a bad way to do it.
Jakeem says, anyone but Cousins and should be fine for fantasy. I'd rather have Carson Palmer at this point in their career, says, I believe that's Matt Menard. I picked up Winston, says Robert Myers. So Robert Myers and I are sort of in the same boat there.
So, couple of things to unpack there.
Sure, unpack it away.
First of all, I would just like to say, as the number 10 fantasy quarterback in the league,
okay,
Kirk Cousins will not be available on any waiver wire. So let's just knock that slander off right now.
And that's because, and I'm in a 2 QB league.
I'm looking at you, Jake. In
so,
a 2 QB league,
yeah,
he's probably a QB1 for a team.
He is a QB1. Actually, he's QB1 for the guy I'm playing this week. He has him on a bye, Dalvin Cook on a bye. I have Ezekiel.
That's tough.
I have Ezekiel Elliott on a bye. Mike Williams on a bye. It's one of those weird weeks. I just had Clyde Edwards-Helaire go down. So I'm also a little thin in the running back position as well in a 2 QB league. But I'll tell you this, my fantasy league is incredible, Dave. We've got everyone in the league is between 4-2 and 2-4. So
Right.
first and last 2 games apart. So I love it.
Competitive. I would probably start Jameis.
Jameis, yeah, I'm going to go with Jameis this week. The Seahawks defense is struggling. I think that's a good pickup. Also, guys, 1 slot remaining in the Natural Mini Helmet Series. Who wants to hop in for some closer magic? That is our chase item of the day. So everyone who enters a Natural Mini Break will be in the running to win some UA cash when we spin the wheel at the end of the show. 3 out of 4 leagues I am in. Cousins is a free agent, says Jakeem. Take that, Dave.
I don't know what to say to that. Probably an 8-man league, maybe a 10-man league. Even then, doesn't make any sense to me.
45 for the Natural, says Quadrina. 45.
We gotta fill it up first, Quad. Gotta fill it up first.
Yeah, we
are
gotta
one
fill
spot
it up
away.
first. 1 spot left.
Ugh.
She's ready, though.
Jake. You chose violence this morning, huh?
2 10s, 112. Jake, you may know this. It's Dave's birthday on Friday, so be nice. Be nice.
Oh, he can continue the Kirk Cousins hate. I don't know what to tell him. You guys, you got 3 leagues where teams are missing out on a top 10 quarterback. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts around it. I just don't.
He is
you know,
top 10, just barely. Number 10.
You can hate him all you want.
Casa Bonita. Is that a Mexican restaurant?
I believe it is. I heard Donnie was there this Monday watching the game.
Okay.
Having a couple mango margs.
Nice.
Nothing wrong
South
with
Park
that.
reference, says Matt Menard. It said 1 spot when I bought mine. Huh.
Oh, let me look into that real quick.
Yeah, sometimes it
See
takes
what we're
a
working
second
with.
for orders to process. But that's kind of weird. All sorts of issues today. But we're here, and we're doing a show, and we're having a great time.
All right.
Jakeem's got a mark set up for you if you go, Dave.
Oh, Jake, you're the man. Too kind.
Did it go through on your end? Because on my end, it
there's-
still says 1 slot remaining.
There's one remaining there, so we just gotta have one more purchase.
Oh, I
and,
think it said 1 spot when I bought mine after you bought yours.
Yes, sir.
So
One
that
spot
must
left.
have been it.
Yes, sir.
You're taking off, Donnie?
No.
Oh, you're just saying hi. You look like you were saying bye. All right, guys. Besides the Natural, we are also 3 slots away in the Ridley Mead Jersey Series.
Yeah.
A lot of really, really good headliners in there. Ray Lewis, Justin Fields is in there. O.J. Simpson.
boy.
I don't think we've pulled those. A lot of good stuff in there. 5 slots away from Big Bucks. 4 slots away from Fly Eagles Fly. 7 away from Loot Crate number 2. And 7 away from Loaded Dice number 1. As we said earlier, Loot Crate and Loaded Dice, those are basically triple box breaks. 3 different things get pulled out of those.
Guaranteed headliner in each case.
Guaranteed
Pretty cool.
headliner.
Bob, thank you so much for getting that last spot in the Natural. Get some
Bob
closer
Boulay,
magic for you,
Closer
maybe.
Magic. I'm going to go ahead and get 45 for Quadrina.
There we go. All right.
45. Actually, we need 2 box numbers.
2 box numbers, that's right.
Box numbers. So we need 1 more, guys. I'm looking at 42, 43 right here. A few others should be on the ticker as well. A lot of numbers in the 50s, too. Let me know. I'll just stick around here, Dave, if you want to let me know what other number gets called out.
I can do that. Not seeing anything yet. 55.
55. Perfect. 45 and 55.
That'll
Maybe there's
do.
some strategy behind that one. All right. The Natural number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the Excel sheet back on the screen here.
Alrighty.
Excel box. Here we go. Alrighty, so that's Robert Anderson, Jeff, Michael, Amy, Robert Anderson, Ryan Murray, Katrina, and Bob. We'll go ahead and random you guys up. 6 is our dice roll, so we're going 6 times here. Pop that baby on the screen. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Jeff, a first-time customer. 2 breaks today. So, Jeff, welcome to the UA family.
I think Jeff actually bought into 4 breaks.
4
today.
breaks.
Yeah.
Jeff is new, and he is ready to go.
Jeff, I hope you're watching, man. Welcome. Happy to have you.
There's
Let
a
us
look
know
at
if you got
your
any questions.
divisions. We got Katrina up top. I'm going to go ahead and read off all the divisions today, just in case anyone is having any issues seeing things. I don't know how it shows up on your end because things look a little different today in our show. So that's Katrina in the NFC North, Ryan in the NFC South, Amy in the NFC East, Robert Anderson in the NFC West, Robert Boulay, Bob in the AFC North, our new customer, Jeff, out in the AFC South. We got Robert Anderson in the AFC East and Michael L. in the AFC West. Let's do it. We'll start with 45. We'll go chronological.
Ooh.
This will be good. Okay. Interesting. Dave,
Common?
there must be something about this guy and me and you in the UA Live break room.
Who we got?
We have Frank Gore.
Here we go.
We pulled him last Wednesday on the show. Frank Gore with the 49ers. He played on multiple teams, even Katrina's Colts. He is, what did we say, 3rd all-time in the career rush yards list. One of the all-time great running backs. Incredible durability, incredible consistency. Frank Gore certainly going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he will deserve it.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is the NFC West, and that is Robert Anderson.
Nice hit, Robert.
Nicely done. Robert's heating up. He had a big win yesterday.
Looks like Steve Stuber's having some trouble with his UA cash. Hey, Steve, if you want to kick me an email, comment if you could put my email in the chat for me.
Absolutely.
Customer service at ultimateautographs.com. If you just want to shoot me an email, I'll get that taken care of. What I'll have to do is get you your loyalty ID code, and then you can put that into the promo code box at your checkout, and it should apply all that UA cash. But if you just want to shoot me an email so I can have that email that's attached to your account, that way I can get that taken care of for you right away, man.
We'll always take care of you folks here. Frank Gore, Robert Anderson, nice hits.
Yeah, that is a nice hit.
Robert Anderson was in the loot crate the other night when I was here, and he was on fire in that loot crate. So the
Nice.
fire is still going.
There we go.
Frank Gore mini. The running back is one of those positions, Dave, that takes a beating. I know people want to say, oh, he's played forever, he's, stat padding. But, man, if your body can take a beating for that long, that speaks to your mental and physical strength. Frank Gore, certainly one of the best in both areas.
And I wouldn't say he's stat padding at this point in his career. I think teams want him as a veteran presence, as
Sure.
a mentor. If he gets a couple extra yards on his name, more power to him. But I think he's more looking for just a case where he can kind of mentor some of the younger guys. I think he knows that he's not an RB1 for a team anymore.
No, and he's not catching Emmitt Smith. The only guy who can possibly catch Emmitt Smith is the guy who had 143 rush yards and 3 touchdowns on Monday Night Football. The guy who ruined my parlay, Mr. Derrick Henry himself.
Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry. The only guy who can catch Emmitt
Oh,
Smith's
I thought we had
all-time
just pulled a
record.
Derrick Henry.
No,
Okay,
we did not
my
pull
bad.
a Derrick Henry.
Gotcha. Who we got?
We do have another nice hit. Multi-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Keenan Allen.
Nice.
Keenan
Very nice.
Allen with the Chargers.
That's sweet.
That is the AFC West.
Best colors in football.
That's Michael L. Perhaps the best colors in football, as Dave told you.
You take that perhaps away, Common.
Perhaps.
Those are the
Okay.
undisputed best colors in football.
Undisputed,
Uh-huh.
according to Dave. No one is disputing Dave.
Sweet, Steve. Glad you got that figured out, man.
Michael L., nice hits.
That is a nice hit, Mike.
Keenan Allen, I think, you may look this up, but I think he's made 4 straight Pro Bowls. His numbers have been down slightly this season because of Mike Williams' emergence, but he's going to be a really good target for years to come for Mr. Justin Herbert, who is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league for years to come. One bad week against the Ravens, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he's on pace right now for about 1,000 yards receiving, and that's even on his quote-unquote down year. He'll be just fine. I'm sure the touchdowns will start to come as the season progresses. I'm thinking defenses would be foolish at this point to not give more attention to Mike Williams, which seems to be the only thing that's cutting into Keenan Allen's targets.
That's right.
I mean, he's an absolute stud. That's an awesome hit.
Bob says Miami colors are there. Also, Nestor Rodriguez says any slab series in the works. We've got several slab series. I think we're going to do a basketball slab series. Is that right, Dave?
I am not sure about the specifics. I believe I might have heard something about that, but I don't want to...
yeah, we don't want to mislead you, but we're always doing slabs from
always
time
trying
to
to
time.
do slabs. Donnie and Mike have been going furious trying to find some cool stuff. Making sure that we've got all of that good to go.
That one was
trying
backwards.
to figure out some creative things to do with those
Here
as
you
well. So keep your eyes out for some extra, or not extra, but more slabs coming up. But nothing right now as in today's show.
All right, guys. Let's take a look at where we're looking on the website. We are not far from Fly Eagles Fly, just 4 away. 1 away from Ridley Mead Jersey Series. So let's see who wants to do some close of magic on the jersey. Frank Gore should sign a 1-day contract with the Niners and retire. He'll cut his time for the Hall of Fame if he retires sooner rather than later. Cut his wait time. Yeah, Bob, that's true.
That's true.
That is true. I think he's at the point where he's third and he's probably not going to move up.
Yeah.
He's not getting to number 1. That would not be a bad idea for sure. And I love when people do that, when they do a sort of like a 1-day contract with the team they grew up watching. Bob says he's done. Well, Bob has spoken. He is done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think he probably is. If the Ravens didn't go and pick him up this year, if the Chiefs didn't go, if the, what's the other team that had some running back issues? The Browns, like, they would be a team right now.
As a third guy. Well,
If
the
there's-
Browns right now, the Browns right now are down 2 running backs and their quarterback. That Broncos line is looking better and better. It's not. Cleveland is still a 2-point favorite in that game on a Thursday. We'll see how long that lasts. They are at home, though. San Fran could have re-signed him and used him, says Jakeem. Maybe. A few good games this weekend. A few games that aren't necessarily, good teams against great teams. I think the Titans-Chiefs is going to be a fun game this weekend. The over-under, 57 points in that one. Given how great those offenses are and how bad those defenses are. That Chiefs-Titan games at noon on Sunday on CBS, I'm going to want to watch the Chiefs and Titans play. That's going to be a shootout, I think, Dave.
That will be a good one.
Take the over on that one. There's really not that many great teams playing each other this week. I think the Ravens and Bengals is interesting because the Bengals are 4-2. They've picked up some wins against bad teams. That'll be a good chance to see if the Bengals are for real. And the Lions taking on the Rams. Matt Stafford against the Lions. Jared Goff makes his return to L.A. That'll be interesting.
That'll be fun.
And the Colts are on Sunday Night Football. Quadrina's in here. Colts, 49ers, Sunday Night Football. Saints, Seahawks, Monday Night Football. Take a look at those names. Those teams are not quite what they were even last year at the moment. Revenge game, says Jakeem. Steve Stuber, by the way, says 3 left and Fly Eagles Fly. Let's fill it. Steve, I couldn't agree more.
We've got Ridley Me This ready to go, Common.
Ridley Me This is ready to go. Alrighty, let's do this thing. Robert Anderson, Thomas Cox, Michael L., Chris Roberts, my guy Chris Roberts, new customer-ish on his first break ever. Chris Roberts had a double box break on the Natural Mini Series. He won both items. Robert Myers also in here, and Ryan Murray. Guys, if you can get us a box number for the Ridley Me This Jersey Series, I'm going to go ahead and copy you guys up and randomize 6 times.
Got some tough news out of Hallis Hall this morning.
Uh-oh.
Nothing crazy,
Okay.
but just kind of speaks to the the culture that's in the Bears organization right now.
Okay.
Our absolute breakout stud, probably one of our best defensive players, definitely our best secondary defensive player, Jalen Johnson, was just fined nearly $3,000 for showing up at 8:16.
Okay.
He was a little bit late,
16 minutes late.
so we fined him $3,000, and
Okay.
he has since posted on his Instagram story saying how crazy that is, and he's not so happy with them. So not only can we not keep our guys on the offensive ball happy with, Allen Robinson and all this other crap that's going on there.
Sure.
We can't even keep our defensive side happy. We can't do anything. We can't keep our young guys happy. We can't keep our old guys happy. This has just become a sick joke at this point.
Yeah, the Bears management has some issues. What doesn't have issues is the Ridley Me This jersey series. It's a wonderful series. Chris Roberts up top in the NFC North. Peyton Sparks in the NFC South. Robert Anderson in the NFC East. Robert Myers in the NFC West. Thomas Cox in the AFC North. AFC South is Ryan Murray. Robert Anderson in the AFC East. And Michael Lepre in the AFC West. Am I the only one in on Loaded Dice so far? I hope not, because
You are, Michael.
Loaded Dice is a really good one.
Sorry to break the news, Michael, but you are the only one. But as you know, that will get carried over until that gets filled up. But we could do that today.
Dave, can you grab number 12? It should be right next to you on Ridley Me This.
I can after I get these orders in.
Awesome. Lepre! All right, Italian, Lepre. We will get that right. And it's funny because there's so many names in here that I see that I wonder how you pronounce them. And Michael Lepre. I will not get that wrong again, Michael. Sorry about that, my friend.
Box number 12.
Box number 12. I'm going to go ahead and take that off the ticker. Thank you, Dave. Number 12 in Ridley Me This. Yeah, this is a nice jersey series. I really like this one. Calvin Ridley, of course, named after him. I know he's had some injuries, but a lot of really good headliners in this list.
Yeah, he'll get back on track. Just fine.
All right, good luck, folks. Okay. We've been hitting this division quite a lot today. Emmett Thomas with the Chiefs. The
There you
Chiefs
go.
corner. He won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs as a player, a couple Super Bowls with Washington as an assistant coach. That is Michael Lepre
you
in
go,
the
Mike.
AFC West. Michael, I think
Nice
that's
hit, Mike.
back-to-back hits for you. I'm going to get this jersey up and show you guys real close what it looks like in a second here. Thomas jersey. Nicely done, Michael. Single spot snipe. Emmett Thomas. We have a lot of Chiefs gear in the UA Live break room. As a Chiefs
Nothing
fan,
wrong with that.
I approve.
We've had a lot of great players come through that organization.
Both AFC West. That is correct. Both of your hits were on the AFC West. Yeah, we've had a lot of AFC West hits. So if you're in the AFC West division today, that might be the one. All right, I'm going to take this bad boy out because there's no way you'll see the signature here with one of our cameras being down. I'm going to hold this up next to the camera for you. Take a look at this beautiful signature here. Emmett Thomas. Look at that. Thing of beauty. Number 18. Incredible.
And that's it,
Nicely
Michael.
done. Emmett Thomas. We have a lot of him in the UA Live break room. But doesn't get old. I believe Hall of Famer for the Chiefs.
Oh, all right.
How are we looking, Dave?
We've got 2 spots left in our Fly Eagles Fly. That's our Platinum Series right now. We've got 7 spots left in our Wheel of Winning. We have 6 spots left in our Loaded Dice. That was the one that Michael was just asking about. We have 7 spots left in the Natural. That's a mini box break, the double box break. 7 spots left in our Bad Moon Rising as well.
You can just leave that there. The
And
stickers
then-
inside.
5 in our Big Bucks and 5 in our Flex on them. So kind of just hanging out, seeing what fills up, seeing what gets close. That Fly Eagles Fly is the closest one we've got right now, though, if you guys are looking to do some more breaks.
And we just had someone ask if they're the only person to load a dice.
No longer.
No longer. We have one more loaded dice filling up. 6 slots remaining in that one.
Got some company in there for you, Michael.
And the loaded dice is maybe one of my very favorite things we have in here because you get 3 things. 3 chances to win in that one. Some really good headliners. Loot Crate also 3 chances to win.
Yeah.
Joe Montana, Justin Fields headliners on the jerseys. Damian Tomlinson, Kyler Murray on the minis. We just had a Devontae Adams headliner hit earlier, so that's a good one. Let me remind you guys our Dutch item of the day. That is Cameron Hayward. What do we have him on the website right now, Dave? We've got him at $215. Let's bump that bad boy down to $200. How does that sound?
I'm going to bump it down to 180.
180, even better. Even better. Lower it some more. Look at this beautiful helmet. Cameron Hayward, 4-time Pro Bowler. Slight imperfection up top here. I don't know how much you can see it in the light, but it's a really nice helmet for a really nice player. I'll leave him up here while we fill our next break, so you take a look as close as you can on him. Patriots Jets to me is my favorite line of the week, Dave. The Pats -7 against the Jets. Bill Belichick 22-6 against rookie quarterbacks. Last time out, the Patriots winning 25-6 against the Jets.
This year, right? They
This
played each
year,
other this
they
year
played
already?
week 2.
Is this the first repeat matchup of the
I
year?
think it's the first repeat matchup of the year, and I think it's going to look a lot like the first one, in my opinion. I think the Jets, I still don't know how the Jets beat the Titans, especially after watching Monday Night Football's game. It's like, how did that one happen?
Yeah, that one's crazy. I don't know. That's a lot of points for those pesky Patriots who don't seem
They're not.
like they were really. Who they just played? The
Cowboys. They
right?
finally
And
got going
they
on
held them
offense.
close, and I don't know. The Patriots. That's a lot of points. That makes me nervous. But
You know
I see
what's
what you're getting at?
you know what's a lot of points? Cardinals 17.5
17.
over the Texans. That is scary.
I-
And I still would take the Cardinals, but man, that's weary. I do like the Bears plus 12.5, just because the Bears did beat the Bucks last year. I know it's different season, but a lot of the same players are there. So a lot of big lines this week in the NFL.
Yeah, I did not see a single line that I liked this week.
The only one that I really, really like is honestly that Patriots-Jets. Although I saw it at 6.5, it's now moved to 7. So it's changed a little bit. Any lines you guys like? Any games you're looking forward to this weekend in the NFL season?
The Broncos +2 is pretty
It's
tempting.
It's looking tempting. More tempting by the second.
Case Keenum, no running backs. Odell struggling. Watch Odell pop off now that Baker's not throwing it to him. That would be funny.
I don't know. I just benched him in fantasy, so I got to think about if I want to play him. If Bill wasn't so conservative and went for it on 4th down and OT instead of giving Dak the ball back, different story, says Steve. Keep in mind, Mac Jones ain't Tom Brady, says Bob. No, but I mean, do you think that they're going to get the next Tom Brady, the next pick? I actually like Mac Jones. I think their biggest issue is that he needs better receivers, better running backs, better tight ends. He needs better targets. I mean, Mac Jones, isn't going to be great, but I think he has the ability to be an above-average quarterback. As long as people don't expect him to be Tom Brady, they'll be all right.
Steven, I could not agree with you more. When I was watching that Patriots game, Bill doesn't go for it on 4th down. And that's the where the NFL is moving towards. Like, you look at all these young coaches, all the analytically minded coaches, they're going, I mean, Brandon Staley's out there in Los Angeles going for it on 4th and 7 in his own territory.
I really
I'm
like
not
him.
saying it needs to go that far, but I mean, there was a couple times where it was 4th and 2, 4th and 3 in opponent territory, and the Patriots punted it.
Yeah.
You're not going to win games like that. And I know I don't think that Bill is necessarily trying to win a ton of games this year. I don't
wants
think
a
he would
better
ever
draft
come out.
pick?
I don't think he would ever come out and say that.
Interesting.
And I don't think he would go as far to tank, but I think if there's a, like I just said, 4th and 2 situation in opposing territory, I think that creeps into his mind when he thinks about punting that.
I think part of it is he doesn't have confidence in his offense. I'll say this, guys, we're also ready to fly today, right? Fly Eagles Fly is filled up, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Fly Eagles Fly. So we'll do Fly Eagles Fly if you are in that break, if you can give us a box number. As far as Bill Belichick, I think he knows how to dial up a defense against a rookie QB against a struggling offense. So I actually feel great about that 7-point line. I really do, because the Pats have lost so many close games. This is one that I don't think they're going to want to mess around against the lowly Jets. He does need better play calling. Josh McDaniels has been a dumpster fire of an OC. McDaniels, not a great coach, period. I think he was going to be like a head coach a few years back. That didn't work out. Legit Fantasy Sports lives in New England. Bill needs to step away from his GM duties. That's an interesting take. Bob says 26. Steve says 27. So Bob just beat you there, Steve, on Fly Eagles Fly. Let's fill a load of dice, says Quadrina. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, folks, I'm going to random you guys up in your division before I get you that box. That's Robert Anderson, Jeff G, Thomas Cox, Steve Briner, Ryan Murray, and Bob Boulay. Yeah, this Fly Eagles Fly is a 6 series. I think we still haven't pulled one of the big headliners. It's a 4 helmet signature. It's Donovan McNabb, Ron Jaworski, Randall Cunningham, and Michael Vick.
That one is sweet.
That is filthy.
It's about as cool as it gets. That's about as cool of an Eagles item that I think you could possibly get.
And there's
4 of their best quarterbacks to play the game for them.
Yeah, and there's also a Bears 3 helmet in there. Brian Urlacher, Mike Singletary, and Dick Butkus. Talk
Monsters
about
of the Midway.
linebackers.
A couple of really cool hits in that one.
Yeah, Steven up top, copying in your divisions. Take the randomizer off. I'm going to go ahead and put the Excel sheet back on. And then pop this baby in. Fly Eagles Fly, number 1. So Steven in the NFC North, Robert in the NFC South, NFC East, and West is Thomas Cox. Ryan Murray in the AFC North and AFC South. Bob in the AFC East. And Jeff G, our new customer, out in the AFC West, which has been straight fire today. Box 26. Bob, coming right up. I know someone in the chat wanted to flex. I would love to flex, Dave. You want to flex today?
I would love to. We got 5 spots left in that one there. The flex on them. That's our Diamond series. That would be Authentics or better. That means speed flexes. That means special variations. You name it, we got it in that series. That one's pretty cool.
Matt Menard says Bears was opened. Alrighty, Matt, that probably was opened yesterday. I was not here yesterday. Did not get a chance to pull. Finally was off the show, but thank you for the notice. Alrighty, Platinum Helmet. Fly Eagles Fly. Let's open this bad boy up.
I'm going to drop that Dutch down to 160.
160. Sounds good, Dave. This guy was a big-time star. Grew up watching him play. Amon Green with
Very
the Green
nice.
Bay Packers. Really good running back. They had Dorsey Levens. Then Amon Green took over with Brett Favre. He was a good runner. He was a good pass catcher. Just another guy that used to terrorize and own the Bears. That's Steven. He's the one who called to fill the Fly Eagles Fly. He's like, let's fill it. Steven, we filled it, and we got you a win. Amon Green.
Nice hit, Steven. Packers leading rusher, franchise history.
It's incredible. That's such a great history, too. I know they've had probably a little bit stronger quarterbacks given Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers, but some good running backs, too. One of the best franchises in the NFL. To be their leading rusher, you are doing big things. Thanks, fellas, says Steve.
There you go, Steve.
You got it, my friend. You got it.
That'll be shipped to you today. Our Steve, our shipping Steve, does not mess around with that.
Yeah, Bob is very complimentary of Steve. The other night he said, Steve must be in the break room or in the office because I've already got my tracking number. And that
Yes,
was
sir.
literally probably 5 minutes after we pulled his box.
Steve doesn't mess around. He doesn't play
about,
games.
Talk about efficiency. No games being played in the UA Live staff.
Well, don't ask Donnie about that. He likes to play a game or two. But our shipping department,
The shipping department has no games.
they mean business.
They don't mess around. I'm on green. Nicely done. Yeah, he's one of the better backs in the early 2000s. I love pulling names that I grew up watching. I know we've got a lot of classic names, which I love pulling as well, but the guys that we grew up watching, I really like it.
Always fun. Look up.
So where is Donnie buying us lunch from today? I'm not sure if Donnie's buying us lunch, but that sounds like a great suggestion, Bob.
News to me, but I'll take it.
All right, take the box down here. All right, folks, we are 5 away from loaded dice. So a little peer suggestions. We're getting a little bit closer there. 7 away from the natural mini helmet series. That's a double box break, guys. That is our chase item of the day. 2 bad
Yes,
boys
sir.
coming out of there. The loot crate. 6 slots remaining. That's a good one. 5 left in big bucks, big bucks. And someone wanted to flex. Just 5 slots left and flex on them. Those helmets are just incredible in flex on them. They just look so many beautiful lunar helmets, full-size authentic helmets. Those are as legit as it gets.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet.
You could wear those things on the field today if you wanted to. They are
That's
ready to
right.
go. As long as you can fit it on your head.
That's right. So I got a question for the chat and Dave. I was talking to my friends about this. NFC has 4 5-1 teams and a 6-0 team.
Okay.
Who is the best team in the NFC? Really, really crowded. We got the Cowboys, Packers, Rams, Bucks are all 5-1. The Cardinals are 6-0.
You know, I think that we're splitting hairs.
Okay, Matt Menard says Rams.
I think the Rams are a close second.
Close second. I know who you're going with.
You can't argue against the 6-0 Cardinals.
Okay,
You can't argue against it.
they did beat the Rams head-to-head.
They're the only team that's consistent. They beat the
Sure.
Rams head-to-head. They have had a couple of close games, but they figured out a way to win, and that's what it really like. What right now we're talking about 5-1, 6-0.
Sure,
They're almost locks for the playoffs.
sure. They are.
They would have
pretty
to
much.
have a historical downfall to not make the playoffs. And so the way I look at it is they need to be able to win any given Sunday. And the Cardinals have been the only team that have proven that. The Rams had a bad loss. Like, they looked not so great against the Cardinals, if I recall correctly.
No, they got dominated.
They got
the
dominated. Like, it was not
dominated
even
them.
close, right?
The Cardinals also dominated the Titans. They dominated the Browns.
Yeah.
I mean, they've actually their closest game was against Kirk Cousins and your Vikings.
You got that right.
That's the one game
You
they
got
should
that
have lost
right.
if the Vikings field goal kicker
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
So I think right now
Can't
the
argue with
Cardinals are the best. I think, to me, the Rams might pass them up because I think the Rams defense has underachieved a little bit early in the season. Aaron Donald and company, they were the best defense in the NFL last season. They haven't played like it yet. If they start playing like it, I can see them overtaking the Cardinals. I think the Bucks obviously are a huge threat because they're the defending champs and they've got all their players back. So it's close. I actually think the Packers are probably the worst of that bunch, but I think the Cowboys are probably in the best position to get the 1 seed, given that they play in that weak division. And Bob, we're thinking on the same page. As soon as I'm saying that, Bob says Dallas could pass them up because of their schedule. Also, Bob, speaking of big bucks, there was a 10-pointer in my front yard last night, so hopefully all is safe.
That's cool.
I saw a couple of bucks on my way home last night, or the other night when I was here, so
That's wild.
keep your eyes out. It was a mini bucks.
And I'll tell you, I can find one thing that the Cardinals have that none of these other teams in the NFC, maybe the Cowboys, but we weren't really talking about them. It's a mobile quarterback.
Absolutely.
Matthew Stafford cannot move around. Tom Brady cannot move around.
Rodgers a little slower.
Rodgers pretty slow. He cannot move around the way that
He used
Kyler can, or even that way he used to. And I'm not saying that that's the end-all, be-all of what makes a good team, but when you have all those pieces and then you also have a mobile quarterback that's darn near impossible to tackle, I think that just separates you.
Yeah.
I think it really does. Kyler Murray keeps them in every... Like, they could be down by 24 points in the fourth quarter, and Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins could absolutely make something happen that few other duos, offenses could, I think.
And I think the difference with the Cardinals is they had the talent last season. This season, they're putting it all together.
Yeah.
It's really working, and they've proven they can win the blowouts, but they've also proven they can win the close games.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, by the way,
Exactly.
is a headliner in several of our series. I think he's a mini helmet headliner in the football Loot Crate. We actually might have pulled him, though, actually, now that I think of it, to be honest. But we've got a lot of Kyler Murray stuff in the UR Live break room. Filtering in and out, Kyler Murray is always in there. Headliner and flex on him, 4 spots left in that one as well. So, absolutely. I think he's an incredible quarterback, and I'm glad that he chose to play football instead of baseball.
Me too.
Because it's not all about the big bucks. I think he gets a lot more promotion in the NFL, and I think
It's also immediate.
it's immediate. Yeah, it's immediate. And the thing about him is, think about this. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but how cool would this be? If Kyler Murray plays to about he's 35 in the NFL,
Yeah.
goes and plays 5 seasons in the MLB before he's done.
That would be... Now we're getting greedy.
That would be cool.
Wild.
That would be cool.
So just to put in perspective, Kyler Murray's 24 years old.
Yes.
It would be so... Like, this is how the MLB operates. He could have chosen baseball as a first-round pick, and we might not have even heard about him still yet. As a
Sure, he
24-year-old
goes to the minor
first-round
leagues.
MLB pick,
Yeah.
there is a very good chance that we probably have no idea who Kyler Murray is.
Yeah, the
if
only
he
reason
chose baseball.
the only reason we know about him is because of his college career, but then
Yep.
he sort of goes into, for a couple of years, of like we forget about him mode. Like Jeff Samardzija was like that.
Yeah.
He was a football player at Notre Dame, and then he went to be a baseball player, played on the Cubs and the Giants. We
Had a
forgot
decent
about
career.
him for a couple of years. So,
But, I mean, you can't argue with the immediacy. I don't even know if that's a word, but
immediate nature.
the immediate nature of getting drafted in the NFL compared to MLB, and can't blame guys for picking that.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is some of the guys may be worried with the concussions, but I think Kyler Murray is so fast that he escapes the concussions.
And
That's
the
the thing
quarterback
about
is
him.
the most protected position in football.
As well they should be. I
And
know
they should
sometimes those rules, every once in a while, there's a late hit or roughing the passer that you're like, that shouldn't have been called. But for the most part, I understand what the NFL is doing. They're protecting their talent. And that's, as well they should. Because the quarterback is not only the most recognized position in football, in all of sports, quite frankly.
It's the most important, too. Like, it's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
pretty hard to replace a quarterback.
Pretty hard. Big Bucks, 4 slots away. We're talking about Bucks. We're getting closer. Flex on them, 4 slots away, guys. Who wants to flex? Close that baby up. We also have, 6 spots left in football Loot Crate number 2. We saw how fun Loot Crate number 1 was. We had 3 different items coming out of there. The Natural Mini Helmet Series is our chase item of the day. We are 7 slots away from that one. Ridley Mead Jersey Series, 7 slots away as well. Fly Eagles Fly, 7 slots as well. So, guys, what breaks do you guys want to play? Any trivia questions from Bob? I know Bob is in the chat. He always has great trivia for us. Any other thoughts about the NFL season? Who the best team in the NFC is? What do you guys think? So far, Matt Menard is going with the Rams. I'm leaning towards the Rams. Dave is leaning towards the Cardinals. Really
Like
fun.
I said, splitting hairs at that point.
You're
There
splitting
are
hairs, and here's what's going
really
to come
good
down
teams
to in the
there.
postseason. Who is going to be the healthiest team? Because I think you look at all those teams that are 5-1, 6-0. Very little separates them. I think those teams are all really good. I think the Cardinals I worry about a little bit in the postseason because they haven't been there. We've seen the Packers, we've seen the Bucks, even the Rams we've seen in the postseason. Like, how are the Cardinals going to do in the postseason with that new quarterback? We'll see.
I think they have enough players that have been in the postseason. I think they'll be just fine.
And here's what they did in the offseason. We had Frank Gore in here, and you said Frank Gore could be a good veteran leader. Well, the Cardinals got J.J. Watt and
Huge.
A.J. Green.
Huge.
Those guys are still pretty good. I picked up A.J. Green off waivers this week, by the way, because of buys.
Nice.
And I'll probably start him this week. Those guys are still good players. They're not elite players the way they were, but they can teach Kyler Murray. They can teach the rest of that young team a few things about the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, even like DeAndre Hopkins has playoff experience with the Texans.
Sure.
From his time. I think that there's plenty of veteran presence on that team where they'll be able. I think I see what you're saying. It's gonna be tough, you know.
Sure.
First playoff game, that's always tough for any
It's always
player,
tough.
any caliber of playing. Like it's a big game.
It's a big
Biggest
step.
game of your career when you have that first playoff win or game. But I think they'll be just fine. I heard a couple of people talking. I don't know what exactly they were talking about, but it was a couple of NFL analysts or former players, coaches, and they said if it comes down to talent versus experience, take talent 10 out of 10 times.
I agree.
You can create experience, you can't create talent.
I do agree with that. I do think, though, when the talent is so close to being even, little things, intangibles like that could make a small difference.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I do agree with that sentiment. And that's something I agree with in general. I think coaching matters. I'm not saying coaches don't matter. Coaches matter a lot. I
Yep.
think, especially in football, they matter the most. But I'll take a great players over a great coach any day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're seeing in New England. Bill Belichick is arguably the best coach in football. But when he doesn't have the talent around him, he's not just going to go out and win. And we're seeing the same thing in the NBA. NBA season starting up yesterday, by the way. Greg Popovich hasn't been winning as much now that the Spurs are gone. So good talent goes a long way towards making things happen.
I will say one thing I have to bring it up.
Sure, go
I
for
won't
it.
sleep well if I don't bring it up.
No, you do it.
The more Tom Brady wins,
The worse Bill Belichick looks.
the worse of a overall coach Bill Belichick looks.
That's
Tom Brady goes
that's
out
fair.
and wins a Super Bowl this year, and I am immediately questioning whether Bill Belichick is even an not average, actually, that's not fair, good football coach.
Okay.
I am truly starting to get on that train where, you know, he's had his year, kind of figured stuff out. COVID was nuts. His defense was gone, yada, yada, yada. When do we draw that line of starting to
I think
question Bill Belichick's caliber as a coach?
I think you're stretching just a little bit. I can sort of see where you're coming from. What I think Bill Belichick is great at is he's a great defensive coach.
I agree.
That's why his defenses are always great, and that's why the Brady-Belichick relationship was perfect.
I
Because
agree.
Belichick could take care of the defense, Brady could take care of the offense. I think Belichick is, without question, to me, always going to be an above average coach forever. Because I think of it this way: the Patriots roster right now just isn't that good. Like, I see like the other top coaches in the NFL, can they step in and take the Pats to the playoffs? I don't think so. And they were still 7-9 last year. I know
Which is
that's
crazy.
not great, but
Didn't
it's not
feel like it.
It's not like they're 5-11. I think this
Yeah.
season, I think they'll be right around the 500 mark. They win this week, they're 3-4. I mean, they've already played the Bucks and Cowboys. They've
Yeah.
played some really tough games. I think they'll be ahead of the Dolphins. They'll be ahead of the Jets. I see them at being roughly 500, and I think Belichick is going to, in my opinion, and I'm not a Belichick fan personally, but I think in a couple years that team's going to get better as they get better targets for Mac Jones.
So I would say the only one thing I would think of with that is
Sure.
I do agree we got to give him time.
Yeah, it's been
And
1 year.
I
since
would
Brady.
agree that Mac Jones does not have the offensive weapons that he needs,
Sure.
but that's what Bill does. The only offensive weapon that Tom Brady ever had in New England was Randy Moss, which didn't last very long, and Rob Gronkowski. Right? There's really no
Sure.
other
And
star
as far
offensive
as
players.
absolutely great
They're
players.
plug and play players. They're players that know, like, they do their job and they do it well. I don't know if I trust Bill to go out and get that wide receiver talent or get that
We'll
running
see.
back talent. He very well could. Don't get me wrong.
You could be right. I think Julian Edelman and Wes Welker were pretty good. They're not elite level talents. Quadrina asks, how many left in loaded dice? Quadrina, let's fill up the loaded dice. 5 left in loaded dice, folks.
5 left.
Would love to do loaded dice before we get done with the noon show. Big bucks, also 4 slots left. We are pretty close. I mean, relatively close in a few of them. 6 slots left in the loot crate. 7 slots left in Fly Eagles Fly. The Natural Mini Helmet Series. Only $39 a spot is our chase of the day. Only $50 for the loot crate and the loaded dice. I've said it before and I'll say it again. 3 things coming out of the loaded dice. 3 things coming out of the loot crate. 2 things coming out of the natural. So for those prices, you can win more than one thing. If someone buys 2 big bucks, I will buy 2, says Larry.
There it is.
Let's do it. Who wants to buy 2 big bucks?
Let's do it.
Larry wants to close it out. I'd love to do a big bucks. We only have, I believe, 7 big bucks left
Not too many.
in the entire series. All the boxes are in the room. I'm looking at the 6 boxes up top, and I think there's 1 box behind there in big bucks. Big bucks is taken off a little bit. This was a really slow series to start, but I think people are finally learning that there is some good content inside the big bucks.
Yeah, that one's fun.
And I forgot this the other day. Bad Moon Rising, which we also have on the website. Bad Moon Rising. In some of the Bad Moon Rising boxes, you can win 2 things.
Almost
And
half of them. I believe
Yeah.
it might even be more than a half.
There's,
Those
like,
boxes
minis
have 2 items,
and-
full size and a mini.
There was a mini in there, and I was like, why is there a mini in here? And I guess I had forgotten because I had never pulled a Bad Moon Rising before.
Those are a
and,
lot of
And
fun.
I don't know if we'd done those while I was in the room even. So in the Bad Moon Rising, you can win 2 things. So almost all our series really right now, you can win more than one thing. I mean,
Yeah.
the Loot Crate is 3, the Wheel of Winning, you can win 1 and solve the puzzle as well. So a lot of good stuff, guys. 4 left in Flex on them, so this is a great opportunity to maybe talk to the folks in the chat. Someone doubles up, gets 2 spots for one, 2 spots for another, and we fill something out before we go home. Dave, I think the low that will go on the Cameron Hayward, I believe, is 140.
We'll knock that down to that.
Let's do that. 140 for the Cameron Hayward Dutch item. That is as low as we'll go.
What was the
Quadrina
bill?
says done. Done on what? The big bucks or
I bet she
the
got
Cameron
the big
Hayward?
bucks. Let's see.
She did. Quadrina hopped in big bucks.
There we go, Katrina. Thank
Larry,
you.
it's your turn, my friend. Quadrina's got you. Larry, deliver. Close for us. Big bucks.
There we go.
25, 43, 46, 47, and 48 are some of our big buck boxes. Actually, 47 is gone. Let me take that off the ticker for you guys. I did a rundown of it earlier, so I'll put 49 in there instead. Big books. Anyone else want to double up? Oh, it just sold out. Probably Larry came through. Someone came through.
Cody.
Cody.
Slid in there.
All right, Cody.
Guess you'll just have to be quicker than that, Larry.
Well, Larry, maybe you can do that for Flex on him. Yeah, it won't let you because Cody got it before you did.
He was
so
quick.
Cody probably saw your comment and said, I'm going to buy these 2. Larry will close it. And Katrina swooped in. But maybe, Larry, we can do this for one of the other ones. Loaded Dice has 5 slots left. Flex on him has 4 slots left. So if we want to do a 2 and 2 or a 2 and 3 on Flex on him or Loaded Dice, that would be great as well. And if you guys are in that big bucks number 1, if you can get us a box number, that would be great. Nicholas Clark, first time customer in here. Robert Anderson, Katrina, and Cody. So if you folks want to let us know, Phil Loaded Dice says Quadrina. I agree. Quadrina, that's probably my favorite series we have in the UI Live Break Room. I know I probably shouldn't say that, but that is probably my favorite series because you get 3 different things in there, and all of them are really nice. One of them is a guaranteed headliner, so really, really good. You know you're going to get a headliner, and there's going to be 3 different things in there. 49 says Quadrina. 49 it is. I will get box 49 for you right now. I will randomize you guys up after I get that box number. 49. 49 is probably the one in the back.
They always are, aren't they?
49, the one in the back. All right. That's how it works. Putting my 6'2" height to good use. I wasn't blessed with many things. Well, I was. But height was definitely one of them, I'll say. $49. All right, box 49. I will random you guys up into your divisions. I will throw our Excel sheet up on the screen so you can take a look. That's Nicholas, Robert, Katrina, and Cody. Randomizer. Nope. All right. That copied and pasted twice. Good luck, Quadrina, says Larry. Well, Larry, you can cheer for her now that you're not in here, huh? One second, guys. I copied you in twice, so I will take care of that, and I will get that up on the screen for you. Nicholas, welcome to the party. First-time customer buying in with 3 slots. We always love to see new people in the UA Live break room. Here's
Yeah,
that
Nick.
list randomizer. And that top Cody Myers actually is also from the one that I copied twice. So we got Nicholas up top, Robert Anderson, Katrina, and Cody randomizing 6 times, as is our dice roll. Thank you, Larry and Katrina, making this happen. Cody Myers as well. Here's a look at our divisions. You see Cody Myers up top there. Take the list randomizer off. Hopping back into the Excel sheet. This is Big Bucks number 1. Cody Myers in the NFC North, Nicholas Clark in the NFC South, Robert Anderson out in the NFC East, Katrina in the NFC West, Cody Myers in the AFC North, Katrina in the AFC South, and Nicholas Clark in the AFC East and the AFC West, which has been straight fire today. Good luck, everybody.
Let's pull another good one, huh, Common?
Let's pull a great one.
Ooh.
I want great, Dave. We're
I like
striving
it.
for the best. Best in the biz. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Who we got?
Katrina in the AFC South, says Bob. It won't be a Colts helmet because I have the division. It's not a Colts helmet. It is the team we were just talking about, J.C. Jackson.
Ooh, there we
One of
go.
the best corners in the NFL. I think he was
he's a
second in
stud.
interceptions last season. Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, J.C. Jackson. He makes Bill Belichick look good as well. That is the
Definitely.
AFC East. That is Nicholas Clark. The new guy, Nicholas Clark, probably his first win in the UA Live break room. Congrats, Nicholas. J.C. Jackson.
It was it 2 years ago that Gilmore led the league in interceptions, the 2009, before COVID, right?
That sounds right.
Where he had 12 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
The year after, J.C. Jackson had 9. That's insane.
Yeah.
9 interceptions, only led by, I believe it was Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard had the
10.
most last season, 10. Correct.
I mean, if you're even sniffing the double digits in a single season, that's crazy.
And you got Trayvon Diggs has 7 the first six games of his career.
Incredible.
That's wild.
It's incredible.
J.C. Jackson. Nicholas, I hope you're in
6'6"
here.
too.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you are in here, Nicholas, congratulations. First time win, J.C. Jackson. Beautiful helmet. I'm going to show you guys up close because our product camera is not here for the noon show. We will have that for tonight's show. This is a beautiful looking helmet. Patriots, J.C. Jackson. Nicely done. Bob says 3 wide receivers are tied with the most Super Bowl wins at 4. 2 of them know, or you should know. The other you won't get unless you look it up. Who are they? So Jerry Rice is the first one.
Yep.
He won with Steve Young and Joe Montana.
I'll go with Edelman.
Julian Edelman. That's
not
probably
Rice.
not Rice.
Really?
Are you sure?
Wow.
Because
3
Jerry,
wide receivers are tied with the most Super Bowls at 4.
not Julian. Okay. Lynn Swan with the Steelers. Let me know if that one is right. I think Lynn Swan was all of Terry Bradshaw's team. Swan is 1, says Bob. All right. Bob, I've got my hands. You know I'm not looking things up. I will figure this out. 3 wide receivers. I can't believe Rice isn't one of them.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Lynn Swan with the Steelers.
Is it going to be another Patriots wide receiver? Or could it be... I know there's always one that I forget, but it's Julian Edelman. There's Danny Amendola, but it's not
No, he wasn't
him.
there long enough.
Who's the other, main...
Not Pats.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker.
Is it Wes Welker?
Wes Welker, but he says not Pats.
Pats.
I will go with...
What's the question?
Let's see, Michael Irvin won 3 Super Bowls. 3 receivers ever have won 4 Super Bowls. I got Lynn Swan as 1.
Yep.
So we're missing 2. He says 1 is going to be really, really hard.
Jerry Rice.
No, it was not Jerry Rice, apparently. That's the first thing we both guessed. So I might have to even confirm that. I can't believe that Jerry Rice didn't win 4. So I guess he didn't win with Montana's first 2 Super Bowls.
4 Super Bowls.
So,
Not Patriots either.
not Patriots. Okay, I'm trying to think teams that have won multiple Super Bowls. We had the Cowboys in the 90s. So, I mean, Michael Irvin just played with the Cowboys, though. It has to be like a Cowboys receiver who maybe joined another team for like an year or something. This is a great question, Bob. I really like this one. I'm going to... Not the boys, okay. I'm trying to think. Do you have any clues, Bob, that wouldn't give it away?
Yeah, I'm stumped on this one, Bob.
Alvin Harper says Legit Fantasy Sports. I don't know if you looked that one up, Alvin. Or Legit Fantasy Sports looked up Alvin. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. Think Confluence. What's Confluence? What's Confluence?
Confluence Brewing Company is the only thing that I know of. And that would be from Des Moines, Iowa, so... I don't believe that's the hint. I don't know, Bob. You might have to tell us this one, man.
2 rivers making 1 river.
That's funny. 2 Rivers is also a Des Moines thing. I don't know.
It's a great question. That is a great question. Those clues are not helping me, to be completely honest. Steelers. So I had Lynn Swan was 1. Who was the other great Steelers receiver in that era?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll do a last call for some breaks. We have a last call. We have 4 slots remaining in Flex on them. 5 slots in Loaded Dice. If you guys want to double up and fill something, last call. We've got another 2 or 3 minutes. John Stallworth, Steelers, says Bob. We also have our Dutch item, last call for that, $140.
Steelers. Speaking of.
Speaking of the Steelers, actually, let me take the Excel sheet down here. Forgot to do it that one time. So if you guys want to fill any breaks, a last call for that. And Mike Wilson, a secondary wide receiver with the 49ers.
Oh.
Nope, we need to fill the Loaded Dice, says Quadrina. So Quadrina, 5 slots left in Loaded Dice. If you want to fill that one, maybe hopping in with 2 or 3 slots right now might encourage the company. Of course, guys, if our breaks do not fill up, they do carry over to the show tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time. So, Quadrina, maybe you should just hop in on Loaded Dice yourself. Maybe encourage a couple people, but this is going to be it really, really fast. We are going to close this out for the afternoon. Anyone want Loaded Dice, says Larry. Well, Quadrina wants it, Larry. Maybe you and her can team up on Loaded Dice. Only $50 a slot. 3 things will be filled in Loaded Dice. We'll give you guys a couple minutes if you want to fill the Loaded Dice for our last break of the noon show.
Is there a chase wheel for that?
We do have a chase wheel of the day, the natural. You can maybe get that set up. We've only had 1 break of the natural. Quadrina says she's already in on it. So maybe you want to hop in with a little bit more. Larry, where are you at, Larry? You want to help us out on Loaded Dice? As far as our chase of the day, I will go ahead and see who's all in the chase. That is everyone who was in the natural, That'll be Robert Anderson, Michael Lepre, Jeff G, Amy Hobbs, Robert Anderson, Ryan Murray, Katrina, and Bob. So you guys will have a chance to win some UA cash. I'll throw this into the name here while you guys get ready to see if you want to fill the loaded dice. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 loaded dice left in the series. We are almost done with the loaded dice, just 6 left. I believe a couple headliners are still lurking in that series.
Do the wheel.
We'll do the wheel. We will do everyone from the natural break. So I'll copy that list over.
Top spot.
Top spot.
And you know it's going to be a good spin today with me on
Come
behind
on,
the
let me
wheel.
do it. Dave,
What was that, Don?
let me give it a try.
Don.
Donnie, you want to spin the wheel?
No, Donnie will not be spinning
Come
the
on, let me give it a
wheel.
try.
This guy thinks he can come in.
Come on.
5 minutes left in the show. Take my wheel spin away. That's the only thing I live for these days,
I'm
Don.
your boy, Dave.
It's the only thing I live for.
That's right. Bob says anytime you watch a game from Pittsburgh, the word confluence will be used at least once. The Managola and the Allegheny from the Ohio. I hopped in on the last one with a little more. I'm good with my one spot unloaded. If it doesn't fill, it will later. Bob, I know you're joking. I don't know if I should even read your comment there, Johnny. For Johnny. Bob is hating Donnie.
Of course he is.
Living some hate your way. Clearly kidding.
Fair.
That's
All right,
fair.
who's got that top spot comment?
All right, let's do. We're going to go ahead and randomize for the top spot. You guys have had your chance. Oh, let me randomizer right here. We're going 6 times. That is our dice roll. Good luck, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Top spot, Robert Anderson.
There you go, Robert.
Nicely done, Robert. If you have a number that you want to give us, where you want us to start, let us know. Otherwise, we're starting at 1. 8 is my lucky number. It's bought people some luck before. Robert, if you're in here, let us know right now because Katrina 7, me 8, LOL, says Bob. I don't know what that is. Maybe those are your numbers. I'm not sure what. Let me get that off the screen, actually. My bad. We do have one order coming in here. Larry hopped in with 2 slots on loaded dice, so that one we will probably do next. Top spot, Robert Anderson. Robert's not in here. I don't see.
I'm going to start that at 1. I'm going to give it a spin.
All right.
Good luck, Robert.
Big money.
You know I always give it a good spin. Always give me a good one.
Oh, wow. Dave.
61.
Could have been better.
61.
Whoa. That'll do.
61. That'll do.
Ah,
Nicely done.
there you go, Robert. That'll get you into
61
a couple
bucks.
spots.
Robert Anderson won himself several breaks, and he won himself 61 bucks UA cash. Quadrina smiling. She's happy. She'll be doing the loaded dice tonight, 7 o'clock Central Time. Join us for that. We will have the camera fixed. We will have everything looking beautiful. Have a nice day, everyone, and we will see you at 7.
We'll catch you guys later.